Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Off the Bench Sports News. Man, right now we got a very special guest and little housekeeping to do before we get started and before I make the main introduction. We want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Millien for allowing us the use of their beautiful home. Also, you see this, not a sponsor, but I'm gonna be sipping on it from time to time throughout the show. So again, man, I'm really excited about being here in the moment of this process because this is a kid that I've definitely had my own since freshman year. He's a local kid in the area that I live in. He attends St. Amant High School. He is now a senior. And I have to ask this question because with my children, I know where the time goes. With other people's kids, I gotta say, man, where has the time went? Everyone, please welcome Jermichael Millien, three-sport athlete, football, basketball, track and field. He's affectionately known by the people that love him the most as J. Mike.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? Welcome.
Good.
Welcome. Man, thank you. What's been up? How you been?
Been good. Just been working though, trying to get my recovery.
Yeah, we gonna start this. Can I call? What do you want me to refer to you as?
J Mike.
J Mike, gotcha. That's great. I was gonna call you that. I was gonna call you that no matter what you said.
Yes, sir.
Man, so I remember, this is the first thing that I remember about you. I go to the Gold Dome Classic your freshman year, and I only remember the kid name because I asked your parents on some point on yesterday when we talked. Scooter was a senior.
Yes, sir.
And this is why I was like, this was what's killing me right here because it don't seem like that long. But Scooter was a senior, and in the Gold Dome, y'all are playing, and I see this little super quick kid just getting to the rim, finishing, and confident in himself. He said that's me. Man, I just want to know, bro. This is like the simplest way I can ask this in layman's term. How'd you get so much confidence as a freshman going into high school about your skill set and abilities to play the games you played?
You know, going to high school, I've been playing a lot of basketball with like circuit teams and football. I just been playing with the same people I've been playing with. But basketball, you know, just been playing everywhere.
In today's times, there's a lot of talk about specializing in one specific sport. You're a three-sport high school athlete, and not just a three-sport high school athlete, you're an academic kid as well.
Yes, sir.
You don't see that very often anymore. Like, what's the why behind why you still play three sports, and how do you maintain a great GPA to go along with that?
You know, with three sports, it just helped me with my athletic performances and just widen the capabilities that I have, and just knowing as a well-rounded athlete that I am, and just taking the time off when I finish with that, make sure I do my schoolwork.
I don't believe, I always I try to go to one or two middle school games within the parish per sports session. Sometimes I'm really good at it, sometimes I'm really bad at it, but I don't believe that I got to see you in middle school. Maybe because it just wasn't your time. But what was middle school like for you?
I feel like, well, middle school, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of easy. It wasn't that much, but I just knew I had to keep on working, so I know in high school I'll be better.
coming out of middle school, you had a great football season, your 8th grade year, 20 plus touchdowns. Basketball, maybe a little bit tougher in middle school here because you got Gonzales Middle that's really good. You got Lori that's good. Dusttown Middle is good. Yeah, I think it's up and down with Dusttown some years, but we've added the Bluff Middle and I think one more other middle school that I may be missing or maybe not, but it's competitive middle school basketball. I know Central Middle has been really good since like 2015, 2016. What was it like competing against really tough schools in middle school for you for basketball?
It was hard, but sometimes I was just prepared for it because I had played over AU. I was prepared for the middle school, and I just do what I had to do the whole time.
When you look at the fact that you come out of middle school not knowing what to expect at the high school level and you're able to dress varsity in football as a freshman, maybe not so much played a lot of time and got a lot of reps, but just being able to be a part of as a freshman, like you're kind of a unicorn. Not very many players come out of middle school that goes to St. Amant and gets to dress and play varsity in any sport. So you're really a unicorn because I only know I think Brady Franklin, KJ Franklin, Donald LeBlanc, but he was a transfer in. Who else was that? It's somebody I know I'm missing that was really, really, really good that got to play football as a freshman. What was that emotion like for you the first time as a freshman that you got to put on the varsity colors?
I mean, it was a blessing. I've been waiting for it, but the time had came, and I just had to accept it.
Their first down deal with the orange.
Yes, standing room only. Babin all day to the end zone, close to it, caught. Jermichael Millien first and goal.
I think it's still that, and I'm going to always call it that because for about 4 or 5 years in a row, it was spoken loudly that the biggest rivalry in the state, EA St. Amant. You got to participate in that.
That's the one I wanted to participate in.
A few times now. What was that first experience like for football on a Friday night? You're either at the Oaks on Burnside or you're at the Pit, both classic stadiums. What was that moment like for you?
The first time it happened, it wasn't really a great experience. We lost, but the second time I got on the field, I played more, and we won that game, so it was crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, I come from Northeast Louisiana, where rivalries are everything, but the EA St. Amant is a classic rivalry. So I'm gonna give you a chance to I'm gonna give you one or two. What you need, 1 or 2? All right, tell us, man. Give us the truth, man. Were you nervous, scared, afraid? Was the first game at the Pit? Was it at St. Amant? I mean, at EA?
My first game was at EA.
All right. Dang. I wanted you to say the Pit because, again, this is one thing
I played at the Pit, but I wasn't playing that much. I ain't really in the game.
No. Not this question here. I'm telling you, I think the coolest thing ever is the orange uniforms that St. Amant come out in when EA St. Amant plays at the Pit. Again, man, that's some crazy electric energy when you, for a first time as a freshman and you put that jersey on. Did you cry? Did you laugh?
It was just joyful. I just could be happy.
Okay. I ain't gonna pressure you about it. Then. I said that was a little bit a lot right there. That was a little bit a lot, man. Because again, man, that just being here for so long, the rivalry the spirit of the rivalry is ingrained in my heart. You know, again, I saw a lot of really good athletes from both teams in multiple sports. Wrestling has its own special thing for EA Cinema. Like the wrestling matches, even super packed with fans because that's how much the rivalry means to everyone. So you get to we're in your freshman year, and what game as a freshman for football did you get the most reps in?
I say the homecoming game. We played Live Oak.
Live Oak?
We played them at the pit. Yeah, I played a little bit of running back.
Okay, what was it like? How was your first varsity hit?
I got on the field. I was like, this way much different from middle school. And I got the ball, I ain't gonna lie. I got like 5 yards.
One carry for 5 yards. That's a win though, really.
Yeah.
Like dudes dream of averaging 5 yards a carry.
It was.
Then you go, football ends. Me knowing the small amount about Jermichael Millien that I know, like, I know that you're a competitor, like heartbroken or just glad to be able to be a part as a freshman, be a part of varsity football.
Being a part of the team was kind of good, but not playing very much. I did not have to work hard. So next season I know I will come back better.
Right. So now you move to basketball. Basketball for you. I want to see a football game. I definitely got to make that a point to see you this year on the football field. But I'm telling you, the first time that I saw you on the basketball court, I asked about 6 people around me, who is this kid? Like your love, passion, IQ for basketball, where'd the love of the game come from?
Ever since I was little, it run through my family. They play basketball, and I play basketball, so I played my whole life. So I just fell in love with it.
When you think of basketball, you say your family played, you play. Are you the best? Someone came before you a little better than you?
I say my uncle, he was that guy.
You can't say your uncle and not shout him out.
Shout out to my uncle. He played at SU.
You gotta tell us his name though.
Michael Lyman, that's his name.
Okay, see that? Easy, simple one.
But
All right, tell us about it.
He played football, he played basketball. I heard a lot of stories about him when he was like 15. He was smashing rims, but he graduated from SU. He didn't really go far enough. But I feel like I'm the upcoming one. Keep on going.
When you think about your love and passion for basketball versus your love and passion for football versus the speed events for track, number them.
Say football first, then basketball, then I'll say track.
Man, I feel so bad for track, man. I feel so bad. So when you go back your freshman year, what was your favorite game that you played? Football, basketball?
Football.
Got to be the Live Oak game because that's the only one you played
I say
in.
Live Oak game.
Basketball, favorite game,
Basketball.
most memorable game.
Denham Springs.
Denham Springs.
Yeah, they was a good team. And we was losing like about 15 that game, and we came back and we got the win.
Who were some of the people on the court with you that made the comeback possible?
I say Latavian Crockett. He made a big plays, and we had a shooter named Gary Zell. He made a big time threes, and we got a lot of stops.
So freshman year is over. What was that moment like? Okay, I've completed my freshman year academically, athletically, going on to my sophomore year, did the way you look at the approach to how you were gonna go into football season differently? Did you look at the approach to how you were gonna go into basketball differently? Because from my standpoint that I got doing my research, you played football, trained for basketball. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What was it like? Now you got a year under your belt with both sports. What was that like?
It was like starting with football. It was football. It was just like, I'm going to next year. I'm gonna be starting, so I got like a bigger role. And then basketball, it was like the senior, Latavian Crockett, he gone, and coach wanted me to make sure I'm like more actively into the game.
I believe your sophomore year, I got to see you play. Maybe that was at Episcopal. Again, IQ, in my opinion, is through the roof. A kid that makes the right plays within the contact of the game. How important is that to you, putting your teammates in position to make plays?
You know, coach gave me the green light, and I feel like I know how to pace the game. So when I pace the game, I feel like I get everybody else going together. And once we going, I feel like we're unstoppable.
How has again, middle school probably 8% of what happens in middle school has weightlifting. Freshman year, you get there, probably 20% of what happens involves weightlifting. But by your sophomore year, how much was weightlifting preparation? How much was speed, agility, coordination, and those type of things? How much more did you invest in being mentally prepared as a sophomore?
Being mentally prepared, I'll say I just make sure I'm prepared for what's coming, and just weightlifting. I'll stay in the weight room with my team like over the summer, and we'll get some pumps in, and also speed. I'll go to the field a couple times and just run on my own.
So you've been a kid that's not been afraid to stand out and be yourself in order to be better.
No, sir.
What game are you looking for? You know your football schedule yet?
Yes, sir.
What game have you checked?
The first game of the season.
Who is that?
We play C.E. Bird in Shreveport.
Oh man, y'all get to take a road trip.
Yes, sir. Because last year was our first time playing them, and they played us at home. Ended up winning that game. We wasn't like really prepared for that game, but we'll be prepared for next year.
Okay. Definitely a really good program in C.E. Bird. What game you got checked for basketball? And EA don't count, because that's not a game that you got to prepare for. You know what that comes with.
Dennis Frank.
Yeah. Got some. Wait a minute. You ain't got no vendetta against Dennis Springs now, huh?
I feel like Dennis Frank, for sure.
They've been really good the last couple years.
Yeah, we lost him my sophomore year, I feel like, and we had the opportunity to play them again in the playoffs, but we lost. So
Okay.
I'm looking forward to play them again.
Okay. How much? Can I ask you a personal question? Real personal. If you could do one thing over about your high school experience, with the exception of the injury that had to happen, what would you change? Talk to us about sophomore year of football.
Sophomore year of football. I ain't gonna lie, it was a good season. We won district champs that year. We went 4 on regular season. Before district, went 4-0. Had a lot of success, scored a lot of touchdowns, and it was a good year for the second round. Came up short.
Yeah, Crockett is gone now. I don't remember if he played football, but New Year, seniors gone from freshman year. Who was there that you said, "Hey, bro, we gotta do work"?
I'll say the under slot we had on our team. He was a senior, I was a sophomore, and once he got everything going and I got everything going, we were just a good team.
When you think about football and the position you play wide out, high school, college, pro, who are some of the people that you watch that has helped you better your game and your experience as a receiver?
I'll say the wide receiver from LSU, Aaron Anderson, because I feel like he's not that big of a guy. He play the same position I play, and I feel like he make plays when it's time to make the plays, not to do the same.
Okay. So, no Jamar Chase, no Jordan Jefferson, no Hobart Grace, no Ford, no Brian Thomas Jr., no Gage, Larvadan.
See, I watch a little bit of Justin Jefferson, but I don't watch him like that much.
You're a hands guy or a body guy?
Hands down.
Pocket, solid,
Yes, sir.
fire coming behind the ball.
I'll catch him.
Oh, I like that. I like that, man. I like that. See, that's the kid that I, as an athlete that I fell in love with, because it don't matter what you throw at J. Mike, like, he believes he can. And when you believe you can in your heart, now you do. You get through a district championship winning football season. How was the playoffs as a sophomore?
Playoffs, it was fun. We had our first game home, had a home playoff game. We won that game. We was thinking big once the second round. We gave it all up, all we got, but we ended up short.
And again, I can't lie. I haven't seen you play football, but what you do on that basketball court, I think, is magical. What was second year of basketball as a varsity team member like? And now you're not asking to be a helper. You're not being Scottie Pippen now. You're Michael Jordan now. Like, what was that like for you?
It was a great season. Playoffs come. We lose first round, but I feel like overall our season was good. We had 20+ wins. Yeah,
That's always a win.
I feel like we did good that season.
When you look at the games you played during the basketball season, what's your most memorable one from your sophomore year?
I'll say we go on the road we go to Lake Charles, and we play some team. We play Washington Parish. And
you played my alma.
we play them. We play that team.
Win or lose?
We won.
Cheated?
Nah, they was gonna.
Ain't nothing you can get them to make me believe that. You know how much I love that school?
How much?
A lot. Kind of like you love St.
Because we played them in our first round of football. We played them that year too. And we beat them, and we saw them on the road. Ended up beating them again.
Nah, that's a great job, man. Washington has a great basketball coach and Coach J. Mad. History of sports across our state is good in a lot of things. Yeah. So great. Again, going. I believe that's the showdown in the lake that y'all played at. One of the best and biggest tournaments in our state, and you can go there and win. Then you can go win in March when it matters the most. So you just have to hold on to that memory and that feeling. Can we talk about the injury?
See, it was like the week of our first game, that Wednesday. See, it happened. I'm like, it's hurtful, it's painful, sad, but I just know I had to overcome an injury. You know, it's a traumatic injury. People had to get over it, and I just kept on working so I could get back on the field, and that's one thing I'm doing now.
Tell us about, though, how the injury happened and what emotions you felt immediately after the pain that you felt that said, "Oh, I'm hurt, I'm injured."
See, we was doing goal line at practice, and coach called the jet sweep, and I got a jet sweep, got a touchdown, and some defense player hit me late, and I hyperextended my leg, and then I just like lost breath, and I just couldn't feel nothing. I ain't know what to think because I ain't never really got hurt like that before. So it just, when I got back to like the training room, I was like, I just know what I gotta do to get back out there in the field.
So you had an ACL injury?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the day of surgery like for you?
It was October 1st. I was kind of scared going into surgery. I ain't never had surgery before, and I didn't know what to expect. But when it happened, I was happy that it happened because I could get back.
When you think about October 1st, day of the injury, and the process of allowing your injury to heal, being treated by medical staff, getting progress reports on how they think your knee is recovering, and now the doctor says you're released to do limited activities. What was that relief like?
Well, when I got that relief, you know, I was thinking about the times I couldn't walk for real, on crutches, but now we like jumping, cutting, and we finishing. So I got no choice to be happy right now.
Now you're in a deeper part of therapy and just making sure that everything that they repaired feels right for you. How's that been?
It's been good. I've been going to therapy a lot. Been doing all my reps, just trying to get back out there in the field and do what I do.
Knowing a little bit about injury recovery and the mindset of what it's like to actually get back out there and be in competition, what's your mind or feelings, thoughts, eagerness versus just being mentally ready versus the first step you get to take in live competition? You know, how do you put all that together to make Jermichael Millien get back to J-Mike?
First, it started off my confidence, I feel like. And just when I get back out there, I play how I play. And the work that I put in is that it's good show. So.
And so rate your recovery if you can, or if you will. 1 to 5, how do you feel right now? 5 being great, 1 being I still got a little tenderness, or 3, I'm getting there.
I'll say 4 probably.
4?
Yes, sir.
And is that where you think you should be at right now, or do you think you can be further along?
I feel like I'm in the right spot right now. because summer just started and we didn't really start practicing yet. But I feel like when the practices come, I should be ready.
So you're looking forward to getting back out there for 7-on-7. Now, I want to ask you this because it's really important, okay? Do you do 7v7 and summer league basketball, or are you going to focus on one versus the other? Or how does that work in your mind for you mentally?
I just know I do 7-on-7 and summer league like before this happened and AAU, but I thought about it and I said I'll sit back from AAU and just do like 7-on-7 and stuff and see if I could do summer league.
Right. Missing your junior year, first time being without sports. Talk to us about that.
It was kind of hard. I couldn't really do nothing I wanted to do. It's hard not being able to do what you want to do. But I feel like that helped me with the work ethic I put in, and my grades it helped me with that too. But yeah.
How much help did you have in your surgery plus recovery process? Who you want to thank for helping getting you to this point right now?
I want to thank my mom for sure, because she was always there when it was times that I ain't had nothing to do, so I couldn't get nothing. She was there to get it for me. But now I'll say thanks to the therapist, because they put me in this position I am right now.
Probably the best and worst feeling in the world is about to happen for you. You know what that is?
Nah, not really.
So you're a senior now.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you sure you're a senior.
I'll show them.
So the best and the worst time of your life is about to happen come August, whatever your day is, to go back to school. One is you realize you're a senior. You're one of the most popular kids on campus, but you also realize at that same exact moment in life that it's your last time. It's your last first day of high school. It's your last first opening season high school football game. It's your last opening season high school basketball game. If you decide to add track back into the mix, it's your last opening high school track meet. Anything on that?
I feel like it's my last time doing it, so I gotta go out and show up and do what I do and just have fun with it.
Hey, your last do what I do. Your last do what I do isn't like everybody else's last do what I do, because you have a different scenario, and now you have to process mentally on how to be comfortable on the football field again. You have to process mentally how to be comfortable back on the basketball court again. What have you been doing mentally prepare to get back?
I've been just talking to a few people, just make sure when I get out there I'm prepared for what's coming to me, and just get back out there and show everybody what I can do. I'll change the end of the basketball season.
Okay. Sophomore year?
Sophomore year, it wasn't really. Because I feel like our last few games we ended up losing, and we wasn't ready for what was coming to us. But next time we come again, we could be ready.
Okay. So you guys have your sports banquet. You guys invite all of your feeder school kids from elementary, middle school, and Coach Oliver says to close the day out, we're gonna allow Jermichael Millien to come on and say a few words of encouragement. Talk to the youth that's gonna come up through the St. Amant High School feeder system. Talk to them right now and give them, what would you tell those young kids right now?
Don't take time for granted, because you know it's coming fast. But make sure y'all put the work in and just be ready for what's coming, and just stay the kid that listen, be positive, stay with a positive attitude and a mindset, and everything should come your way.
That's great advice, man. Because the moments, like, you can't count moments like you can't count time. Because you're counting time over here one way, but time goes this way. And so the moment that you take for granted is the moment you miss an opportunity to make a big play or just be the living example that some young kid is. Like, it's some young kid that looks up to you every time you're on the court. They're at the game to see Jermichael Millien. So absolutely correct in that you cannot take moments for granted. You cannot take time for granted.
No, sir.
Man, thank you.
Thank you.
Man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's my Elvis impersonation, you guys. Really, really great to be able to chop it up with you, man. We want to thank your parents for allowing us to come into their, you guys' beautiful home and chop it up. Want to shout out? Who you want to shout out?
Shout out to my grandma, shout out to my mom, and my whole family at that, for sure.
And your big ass fan base you got. You've definitely created a name for Jermichael Millien at St. Amant High School. You will be talked about for years after you're gone. You've been one of the best to put on the black and gold, in my opinion, in these modern days. And it's been great being able to cover you. So, hey, y'all know what it is. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game.